rich men walking around in here.
No. Public service.
Yeah, that's right. Servant. No, no. I don't hurt me work a couple games. Ain't that hard, is it?
Nope, it's very easy.
Yeah, might enjoy it. I'm enjoying my little assignment messing with kids. It ain't hurting me. Well, some of them are a mess, though. Good night. You work with them?
No, I'm in school. I'm at OSU OKC. I'm part of a community relations class.
There you go.
You're researching what y'all do.
Is Heather your teacher?
I don't know her
Brady?
first name. No. Our teacher is, I can't remember her name even right now.
You just say professor.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll get your turn with all them kids.
Let's see.
They good though. They fun to be around. I'm enjoying it.
Information or shooting
All right, Keith.
All right, talk to you later. Oh, I'm dying here. Hold on. Wait till I keep it. I'm communicating right now. What's up? What's going on? What is this? No, it ain't. What's going on? You found me, huh? You came by the house and didn't come back. My kids told me you came by the house and you didn't come back. Yep. Back at it. Send me. Can you email me a draft of whatever the recommendation should say, or actually just draft it. Just draft a letter, send it to me, and then let me run it up the chain. Just draft it, and I'll put in what I need to put in. Here's my email. What's your telephone number? Never slow. Never slow. I'm home on the weekends though. I'm not working on the weekends. Doing whatever I want to do with the kids usually. But all right, I'll text you this and give me a second. I'm about to start another meeting, so I'll text you in a minute. All right, bro. All right. Good gracious. So tell me about your project.
Well, it's a proficiency project, and we all choose one of the programs that we want to from a agency that we want to that has to do with police community relations, and we chose FACT. So
were there other ones to choose from?
Yeah, you could.
What was the other ones?
I didn't choose it. One of the other partners did, but I mean, there's like the Athletic League. And you guys have a few of them that are listed on your website in particular, but we just chose this one because we thought it was interesting.
Okay. All right. Well, far away.
Well, first I was kind of curious about yourself. How long have you worked for the department?
I have been a police officer for 21 years. I have work for this police department, be 19 in January.
Which one did you work for before this?
I worked at Guthrie and Moore.
How long have you been in? How long has FACT been around?
FACT has been around since 2007.
Have you been here since the beginning?
I have.
Was that like a volunteer thing, or were you assigned?
Well, I was assigned to create, to explore about a outreach program like FACT.
Did you model it off of any other?
I did some visiting to Boston. We looked at Operation Homefront, and we kind of looked at Operation Homefront for a little while, and so that was kind of gave us an idea, but it's not exactly
Okay.
a copy of that.
How many officers currently work here?
Yeah, four full-time police officers and myself, the supervisor.
So is that, and that's been since its inception? You've had
No, it started with one officer, which was me.
Mm-hmm.
Then it expanded to two, which would have been him and I. Then it expanded to 4 and a supervisor. So I think it expanded to this capacity in 2011.
Okay, and obviously you guys your target audience is kids who are at risk to become gang members.
Well, yeah, gang members. We've kind of transitioned from gang members to just at risk of delinquent behavior. So
Okay.
that would also include gang membership.
Sure.
But,
So did it start with?
It did start with
targeting-
gang. It did start with at risk of kids that might become gang members. But that was prevention. So we didn't look for gang kids. We looked for kids that were at risk of becoming gang members.
Right. So once they were in the gang, the program didn't really.
Not as much, no.
About how old are the kids that you're looking at, and what's the demographics there?
10 to 17.
10 to 17, and is it just in a particular area? Is it all over the
It's
city?
citywide. Our most concentration is on the northeast side of Oklahoma City and the south side of Oklahoma City, but we're citywide.
So do you guys get your information from patrol, and they just kind of?
Patrol is a referral source. Schools is a referral source. Under the police community relations umbrella, we have the school resource officers, the truancy unit, and the police athletic league. So all of these officers have access or work real closely with Oklahoma City schools, and so we get a lot of referrals from teachers, counselors, principals, parents themselves, and then of course patrol officers are aware of what we do.
So that was my next question: how do they get involved? So basically, a school officer or patrol officer, they can come in contact with somebody they think would be a good fit, and they just send you an email.
They refer various ways, usually by email. The officers then make contact with the referral source and see if they're a good fit for the program, invite them to the program, and it's completely voluntary.
It says that you guys are funded by the Leadership Foundation?
Yes, sir.
Do you know anything about the Leadership Foundation?
The Leadership Foundation is a nonprofit that manages our donations and our income. So what happens is we're unique in this way, is our funding for programs come from donations, but all of our operating costs is funded through the department, like salaries, administrative fees, those type of things.
But the programs and the things, the activities,
Everything we do are funded through
How
donations.
can the public donate? Can they find that on the website? Or
Yeah, they can donate to the FACT program or to the Leadership Foundation. Either one, it goes to the same place.
Okay. So one of the questions I was kind of curious about was, as a kid who's at risk of delinquent behavior, it seems like this would probably not be something that they'd be real interested in doing at first. What are some of the benefits that you use to kind of draw them in?
Right. So every kid wants a positive, caring adult in their life, right? And they might not, on the surface, want to be mentored or to hang out with police officers, but they really don't care if they're white, black, or anything. They just want to know that they care.
Right.
And so our officers understand that, and so they're in plain clothes and they drive plain cars to kind of alleviate, to dispel that initial fear of the uniform and any experiences that they may have had that are negative with police. And then they just let them be themselves, and the kids decide from there whether they want to be mentored or coached.
So
or
a lot
led
of
by.
these kids don't really have a lot of them probably don't have real positive influence.
Well, what makes them at risk is the amount of positive influence is limited.
So do you get any kind of pushback from their family, or are their family members usually excited?
very rare pushback from a parent. Every parent wants their kids to be
work.
successful, and
Yeah.
they want to give them the resources to do that.
What kind of so once the kids are referred from their school, usually I assume that would be maybe mandatory through the school if they're getting in trouble at school, or
No,
it's
nothing
never mandatory.
Nothing about our program is mandatory. Now we have just started a juvenile intervention program. It's a partnership with municipal courts. Those kids are first-time offenders, which means they've gotten a ticket for some minor offense, maybe disorderly conduct, graffiti, curfew violation, possession of alcohol or tobacco, vandalism, any of those minor offenses. And in lieu of getting a 6 to 8 month probation, they may be allowed to participate in our 6-week long juvenile intervention program with the FACT unit.
And they have to make that decision, I imagine, in court.
And if they complete that program, then the judge will dismiss their charges and the probation fees and allow them to go on without that charge over their head.
And so that's like you said it was a 6-week
Six-week
program?
yes.
Do you measure their results at all? Is there a way to, as long as they're present, or?
They have to show up. It's a 1 week, 5 hours, once a week for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And so they have to participate. There's certain things within the curriculum that we ask them to do. They have to participate in order to complete it, and we give them a graduation. In fact, yesterday was graduation. Last night was graduation.
Okay. How many
One of
kids
those
were
classes.
in your graduation?
It was 12 kids started, 8 kids graduated.
Okay. What were the 4 that didn't make it? They just didn't attend?
Didn't show up, or just didn't meet some requirement or whatever. For the most part, they just didn't show up or complete.
What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that you face in implementing the program and going through it? What is something that makes it difficult for you to do it? Is it, but I'm basically asking, it's, you're successful when you see kids grow up and they stop getting into trouble, but what are some of the things that maybe make it difficult?
Well, there's certain things. That's kind of a difficult question to answer because each kid has their own struggles and own challenges. And so I would say when it's not possible for us to meet every need that a kid thinks they need, right? So they themselves have a problem identifying or separating their needs from their wants, right? And our job as mentors or as adults, caring adults in their life, is to try to make them understand this is what you need to be successful. You're asking or you're demanding what you want, and that's not realistic. And so a lot of times they struggle with that. And of course they're teenagers. A lot of them are teenagers. They're struggling with self-identity. They're struggling with personal problems in their neighborhood or personal problems in their family. And it's our job to kind of try to help them deal with those problems, try to keep themselves out of their own way long enough for them to find their way. Right? They're immature, so we've got to help them with decision making, that type of thing. So there's no one thing that makes it difficult. It's a variety of things that make it tough. Let me finish this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey. No. Okay. Good boy. You good boy. Yeah, right. I'm gonna try to get the. If you give me a little bit, I'm gonna try to upload the YouTube, and I'll send you the link if you want that. Okay. But you already have it though, so you're good. Okay, you don't need me to send it to you because you got that. Oh, that's right. Okay, let me get it uploaded. Okay. Gotcha. All right, bye. Sorry about that.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I heard you mention YouTube. Do you guys have videos or something?
Yeah, there's
Posted
some.
online?
There's several stuff of past things up there on YouTube.
How can I find that online?
Let me give you the names of them, titles right quick. So there's, well, maybe if I log in, let's look at the post. So ones I've uploaded here. Don't be for me. Oh my God. Wait till I keep it. Hey, bro. How you doing? No, I haven't heard. He didn't say that to me. He said he's shooting a pilot in Oklahoma City for, and it's a police shootout, and he wants to. Yeah, he did say Davin Tower. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right, right. Drew Watson. Okay. You have his number? Okay, I can look at the account, I think. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Yeah. No, he needs officers all kinds of ways. I mean, from what he described to me, it's jacked up. Yeah, it'll be alarming, and it's time consuming, and it'll block off streets and stuff. So yeah. I'll point in that direction. Thanks, man. All right, bye. Dang, I'm sorry.
No, that's
Okay.
all right.
It is, where do I get to my uploads? Does it show my uploads? Favorite videos, views. Yeah, okay, so you have Oklahoma City Department Fact Unit. This is the latest one. It's 2017 appreciation. That's the there is a Jam and Hoops Fest one, 2015.
Yeah, that was one of my questions. I know that the website said that you guys have like a movie night, and then he mentioned
Well,
basketball games.
Yeah, movie night is just a character building night. We call it movie night for the kids' benefit, but that's where we gather each week with the kids that have said they wanted to be in the program.
Mm-hmm.
We do group mentoring, feed them, and then we do some kind of character lesson or some kind of group activity with them, and then the officers visit them at school, whatever they, just mentoring in general. Let's see if this is community outreach that we do in the summertime called Jam and Hoops Fest.
Is this right here in the park?
Yes, not in this park. No, it's over on the east side. Yeah. Been doing it since 2011. And so what happens here is we get speakers to come out and talk about a particular character trait or share a little bit about that. They play basketball, and then volunteers coach the basketball team. They referee. They do hot dogs and cotton candy and snow cones
And those volunteers are members of the public.
members of the public. And some are police officers too. A lot of them are police officers, and the other ones are all these orange shirts are volunteers. And so at the end we reward the players and participants with good character, with shoes and goodies and whatever. It's a lot. We just pick them out for good character, not for good basketball.
Right.
So that's what that's all about.
How do people sign up to volunteer?
Yeah, we'll have a big push for volunteers toward the end of school as we're planning it, and they come out. We do background checks and ask where they want to serve at. Put them. It's a 300 kids, and every Thursday when school is out from 5:30 to dark, and so we have about 200 kids that come out, and we have 40, 50 volunteers that we have to manage, and one night, and we do it for 6 weeks. So it's labor intensive, but it's pretty fun, as you can see. So let's see, there's Man Up that we do. Started in 2011, and this kind of speaks for itself. But it's a
lock-in, it looks like.
It's a lock-in.
Some of the activities that we did, of course, we knew that there's a lot of.
This is the first one we did, but we've done it every year since 2011, where we lock 20 guys in and talk about what it means to be a real man. And so it's led by police officers. We also have mentors come in, and the whole night is about the character of real manhood. So
Teamwork, which was a Skittle game where everybody runs to the middle.
and you can watch the video to explain
Each team had a different color. They had a spoon out with just
all of that.
one spoon in one hand and race back.
I assume this is your YouTube handle right here?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I wrote that down.
One of the other highlights.
Yeah, and so this is last year's or 2016's, not the one we did this year.